Hi, I'm Diane Marie Collins, and you have entered the DM Zone. And today we are visiting with Les Fradkin. And Les is a performing artist, a producer, a composer, and an innovator. Welcome, Les.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
All righty, let's talk about your latest CD on Bongo Boy Records that escaped from Earth. It's been on the nomination ballot for this year's Grammys. Tell me about it.
3 ballot categories: Best Contemporary Instrumental Album, Best Producer, and Best New Instrumental Composition. The title cut, Escape from Earth.
It's so exciting. I'm just blown away that you're here. All right, so I understand that on this CD, you, Escape from Earth, you play not sitar, a Ztar. Is that what this is also called?
This is called the Ztar MIDI guitar.
All right, and you can also play all the instrumentation on this CD. How is that possible?
Well, it's possible because, for one thing, unlike a regular guitar, every note on this neck, which are buttons, not strings, are polyphonic. So I can play as many notes as my fingers can reach. I can also play figures and shapes that are impossible on a regular guitar, either tapping it, strumming it, or picking it. And so, for example, you can play a chord here and play a melody note above it by tapping it, which you can't do very easily on, or if at all, on a normal guitar.
So all the instrumentation, would you mind listing them all for me? Because it's incredible.
Well, it's guitars, bass, mellotron, piano, organ, harpsichord, drums, percussion, strings, horns, woodwinds, everything.
Amazing. Would you mind talking to me about the inspiration that came with Escape from Earth?
Well, I'm classically trained with a degree in Baroque music literature, and so Baroque music forms the main inspiration for me. My mother was a concert pianist when she was young, and so she started teaching me the basics of keyboards, but learning the harpsichord as a discipline in college and learning all of Bach's repertoire, Vivaldi, Handel, etc. I learned how to play all this music by heart because I can't read music, so it's all done by heart, just as I would memorize any pop tune.
And the thing that I love, the title track that also has the ballot nomination is Escape from Earth. What's the innovation on that one? Tell me how that, because that's original.
Mostly. It started out drawing from a Bach solo violin sonata number 1, the Presto movement, and so the back end of the piece comes from a piece I did called Presto Changeo, and the front end of the piece is theme and variations that I composed, and some of those themes are actual samples recut, reclipped, and reassembled. Even though I played every single thing you hear, some of the pieces I simply cut them and pasted them together from various ideas I had throughout the piece. So I took a cello line from here and a French horn line from there, and I assembled them into a modern electronic composition.
Les, can we talk about your career? It is long and varied and quite impressive.
Well, thank you. Yes, it's been a while. When I was 18, I got signed to Columbia, and Columbia's, it's now Sony, publishing and recording with John Hammond, who discovered Bob Dylan, Aretha Franklin, and some other folks like that. And he basically saw me as a producer and songwriter. He didn't see me as a singer. And given the way I sang at the time, he was probably right, which is why I do instrumentals now. And as time went on, I became a session musician, a record producer, a songwriter, a music publisher. And then I said, geez, I really want to get famous as an artist. How could I do that without giving away my material? And then I saw this advertisement in the Village Voice in New York City, wanted singers, musicians, look-alikes, sound-alikes for unique opportunity. And there was a little drawing of Paul McCartney with his from Hard Day's Night with his eyes and his hair. I said, this must have something to do with the Beatles.
Good guess, huh?
Yeah, right. And I certainly knew how to play the Beatles. So I went into the audition. I brought in my electric 12-string and amplifier. I plugged in. I played a few numbers, and the guy said, great, you got the job. I said, what job? He said,
you still didn't know?
I didn't know. No, he said, come in the next day, be ready to sing She Loves You, and we'll see how it goes. And a couple of weeks later, we had the complete band assembled. Mitch Weissman, myself, Joe Pecorino, and Justin McNeil. We were all from the New York area, and we turned into a pretty crack team after 10 months of rehearsal, and that became Beatlemania, which debuted on Broadway and was rather popular.
Oh, it was over 1,000 performances on Broadway alone.
1,006. I did the first 767 in a row before I lost one.
Oh my goodness. Like I said, a long and inspiring career, and of course, I think an innovator and a gifted performer. I appreciate you spending time with me.
Well, that's nice of you to say. I'm glad to be here.
And you have been in the DM Zone. We have been visiting with Les Fradkin on his newest CD, Escape from Earth. Come back soon.